In this learning tutorial video nugget, I will show you how you could use Microsoft Lists and maybe produce a calendar out of it. For this, I'm looking for a SharePoint site where the calendar I am going to produce out of Microsoft Lists should be shown. I start by selecting New and then List. Here, three types of lists are being offered to me, like a blank list, a list from Excel or an existing list, but I go for blank list. I give my list a name and a description. In addition, I can decide if I want to show the new list in the site navigation. I decide for no for this example. By hitting Create, my list is now being created. The first thing I want to do now is to rename Title. Then I'm going to start adding the columns. My first column will show the person, so the one who will be responsible for the project or task. I have the possibility to show profile photos if I want to. As I like to have two more columns in my list, showing the content and maybe the status of the project, I go for single line of text. I could also have chosen multiple lines of text. Finally, and most important for my list, is a start and end date. Therefore, I select date and time twice. First column I will name start date, the second one end date. Now the structure of my list is complete. To try out my new list, I hit New. Now I am able to enter the title of my project, workshop or task. To enter the project owner, I simply type in the first two letters of the last name. Now I have the possibility to fill in values for content and status. To enter the start date and end date, I simply use the calendars stored in SharePoint. If I wanted to, I could add attachments, and then all that's left to do is to save. Now all my inputs are shown in Microsoft List. For demonstration purposes, I repeat all the steps again to have a second entry in my list, this time with another project owner. Remember that we wanted to create some kind of project calendar, and at the moment it is shown as list only. Therefore, we are looking for all items, and then we are going to hit Create New View. Select Calendar and then give the view name its name. I decide for Knowledge Sharing as the view name and then simply select Start Date and End Date from the drop-down menu. Now hitting Create shows the result we wanted to have. You can now see the two tasks or projects with their length in different shades of color. If you click on each project on the right side, you will see all the details which we put in. Now that we created our Microsoft list and the calendar out of it, it's time to put it in our SharePoint where we want to have it shown. Activate the editing mode and then look for a free space. Activating the plus will show you various apps that you are able to put in. We of course are selecting list, and the nice thing is that our test list is shown automatically. Selecting the same will show it in our SharePoint. Again we go for all items, and now we have the possibility to show the list in various formats. One possibility would be compact list or gallery. Still, we want to show the knowledge sharing calendar which we created earlier. Now all that's left to do is to save knowledge sharing as the default view. Looking at our knowledge sharing calendar in our SharePoint will not only show us the tasks or projects we put in, but the current date. In addition, we have now the possibility, by hitting plus new, to enter a new project or task. At first I think about me as a project owner for this new additional item. But then I change my mind and use Judith instead. By selecting her, she automatically replaces me. You can now see on the right side the additional item with all its content. I would be happy if this learning tutorial video nugget was helpful for you.